Right now, somewhere in America, someone is sitting quietly on their couch, thinking they're just tired. Maybe they feel a little pressure in their chest. Maybe their jaw feels tight. They don't panic. They don't call anyone. They tell themselves they'll lie down for a minute, and that choice is already placing them in danger, because doctors now agree on something most people never hear. The first 90 seconds of a heart emergency decide almost everything that comes next. Not the ambulance, not the hospital, not the surgeon. Those first few moments, what you do while you're still standing, can quietly determine whether you walk out of the hospital or never walk in at all. What makes this even more disturbing is that there is one specific action emergency dispatchers are now trained to coach people through on the phone, because it gives the heart extra time in a way nothing else can. It doesn't involve medicine, it doesn't involve machines, and almost nobody is taught it. But before that can even help, there's something most people completely miss, because the heart doesn't collapse the way movies show it, and that misunderstanding is exactly what gets people trapped. But the warning phase that comes first changes everything. What makes these emergencies so terrifying is how ordinary they begin. No warning alarms, no dramatic countdown, no movie-style collapse. It often starts on the most normal days of your life. People experience heart emergencies while folding laundry, while watering plants, while paying bills at the kitchen table, while watching the evening news. No one thinks today is the day. They think tomorrow is when they'll schedule a checkup. Next week is when they'll change their diet. Next month is when they'll start walking again. And then their body quietly interrupts that plan. That's why preparation matters more than intention. Because emergencies don't wait for motivation. They wait for moments of comfort, which leads directly into the first warning signs most people miss. Most people imagine heart emergencies as sudden and dramatic. Someone clutches their chest, they collapse, sirens follow. Real life is quieter and far more dangerous. For many people, the body gives subtle warnings first: tightness that feels like indigestion, a strange pressure in the upper back, heaviness in the arms, mild shortness of breath, or a deep sense that something just isn't right. These early signals are not loud, they whisper. Doctors now call this the silent window, a short phase where the heart is under serious stress but still has enough oxygen flow to stay functioning. During this window, the heart muscle is vulnerable, but still savable. This is the moment when survival rates are highest. This is the moment when damage can still be limited. This is the moment most people sit down and wait. People check their phones. They drink water. They lie back. They tell themselves they're being dramatic. Some even fall asleep. And by the time the body finally forces them to act, the most powerful window has already closed. Here's the part no one prepares you for. Your brain doesn't scream danger right away. It whispers comfort. As oxygen begins to dip, the brain releases calming chemicals designed to reduce panic and conserve energy. That chemical wave creates a strange sense of heaviness, warmth, and false calm, even while your heart is under severe strain. This is why people sit down instead of calling for help. Why they think, I just need to rest. Why they delay, sometimes for 10, 20, even 30 minutes, while damage is already spreading. Emergency physicians call this the comfort trap. And once it settles in, survival odds quietly start sliding, because the body convinces you that nothing is wrong, right before everything becomes critical, which is why the smartest move has to happen before your mind talks you out of it. And that leads directly into the most dangerous place to be during a heart emergency. Being alone during a heart emergency isn't just scary. It multiplies danger in ways most people never imagine. The moment the heart struggles, the brain begins losing oxygen. And the brain is the control center for everything: speech, balance, memory, coordination, decision-making. This loss doesn't happen slowly. It happens in waves. People become confused, words get stuck, fingers stop cooperating, legs feel heavy. Simple things like dialing a number or standing up become suddenly difficult. This is why so many people are found in strange positions, slumped in hallways, sitting on beds, lying next to phones, or collapsed near doors they were trying to unlock. They knew something was wrong. Their body just wouldn't let them move fast enough anymore. And once someone is on the floor, alone, without the ability to speak clearly or move well, the clock accelerates. What makes heart emergencies so deadly isn't just pain, it's how gently your body shuts systems down without you realizing it. Survivors often say they didn't feel like they were dying. They felt tired, foggy, heavy, almost peaceful. Inside your brain, oxygen levels are already slipping. Decision-making narrows, reaction time slows, coordination weakens. This neurological fog creates the illusion that you still have time, even when your body is quietly losing its ability to act. That fog is the invisible cliff. Once it settles in, walking, speaking, unlocking doors, and dialing numbers suddenly become difficult. Which means the moves that save your life must happen before this stage, not after. And that brings us to the strange technique emergency dispatchers now rely on to keep people conscious longer. Emergency services now coach a controlled, rhythmic breathing pattern over the phone because it can help keep oxygen moving while help is on the way. When used early, this controlled breathing creates internal pressure changes inside the chest that support circulation and help delay collapse, buying critical time until professional care arrives. People who use it correctly often remain awake longer, think more clearly, and maintain better control of their limbs while waiting for help. But there's a catch. It only works well if panic hasn't already hijacked your breathing. And panic doesn't just feel bad, it physically starves the heart. When fear hits, most people instinctively breathe fast and shallow. Short gasps, tight chest, rapid breaths. Inside the body, this creates a dangerous chain reaction. Fast, shallow breathing actually reduces oxygen exchange. Blood vessels tighten. The heart has to work harder while receiving less oxygen. Muscle tension further restricts blood flow. This creates a loop. Fear raises heart strain increases fear, and oxygen delivery continues to fall. Doctors teach a counterintuitive breathing rhythm, slower, deeper breathing with a longer exhale to help relax blood vessels, lower heart rate, and improve oxygen delivery while emergency care is being contacted. But even perfect breathing won't help if your environment itself becomes your enemy, because many homes quietly trap people during emergencies. Emergency dispatchers talk about a pattern that still haunts many of them. A person calls, their voice sounds shaky but calm. They say something like, "I don't feel right." They pause, they breathe, their words slow down. Then the line goes silent. Not because they hung up, because their body couldn't keep up anymore. Paramedics arrived to unlocked phones, dark rooms, and unfinished calls. Dispatchers say this happens far more often than the public realizes, which is why they now coach breathing, unlocking doors, and staying upright, not just to treat symptoms, but to keep people conscious long enough to finish the call. That unfinished call is the moment everything changed. And it's exactly what preparation is meant to prevent. Many people don't pass because help is slow. They pass because help can't reach them. Locked doors, deadbolts, security systems, apartment buzzers, dark hallways, staircases, bathrooms, bedrooms. People feel symptoms while resting. They lie down. They move toward bedrooms or bathrooms. And those rooms are the hardest for emergency teams to reach quickly. Once weakness sets in, walking back to unlock a door becomes impossible. Unlocking your front door early, while strength and coordination still exist, can remove a deadly barrier between you and help. Lights on, access clear, medical information visible. Minutes are not just minutes. They are heart muscle. They are brain cells. They are recovery. And now we reach the medication mistake that quietly reduces survival for thousands every year. Because what people take is often right, but how they take it is wrong. Many people don't pass because help is slow. They pass because help can't reach them. Locked doors, deadbolts, security systems, apartment buzzers, dark hallways, staircases, bathrooms, bedrooms. People feel symptoms while resting. They lie down. They move toward bedrooms or bathrooms. And those rooms are the hardest for emergency teams to reach quickly. Once weakness sets in, walking back to unlock a door becomes impossible. Unlocking your front door early, while strength and coordination still exist, can remove a deadly barrier between you and help. Lights on, access clear, medical information visible. Minutes are not just minutes. They are heart muscle. They are brain cells. They are recovery. And now we reach the medication mistake that quietly reduces survival for thousands every year. Because what people take is often right, but how they take it is wrong. Many people know aspirin is commonly recommended during suspected heart emergencies, but timing and method matter. Chewing allows it to enter the bloodstream faster than swallowing whole tablets, helping its clot-blocking effect begin sooner while professional help is being contacted. People who already take daily low-dose aspirin often assume they're covered. They aren't. In emergencies, speed changes outcomes. And then comes the most powerful time window of all. This is where the first few minutes become critical. There are emergency heart medications prescribed by doctors that are designed to quickly reduce heart strain and improve blood flow when used early and correctly. When used promptly, they can dramatically reduce damage and improve recovery, but only when taken exactly as directed by a physician and alongside emergency medical care. Doctors now call this the golden few minutes, where the right actions can reduce damage, shorten recovery, and dramatically improve survival odds. But none of it works if people don't prepare ahead of time, because emergencies don't wait for you to be ready. Two people can have nearly identical heart emergencies. Same age, same symptoms, same ambulance response time. One recovers and goes home, the other never does. Doctors found the difference often isn't genetics. It's what happened in the first few minutes, who acted early, who unlocked doors early, who controlled their breathing, who didn't lie down and wait. Those first choices determine how much heart muscle survives. They determine how long recovery takes. They determine whether someone regains their old life or loses it. Which means this information isn't just useful, it's life-defining. Doctors don't just treat emergencies. They write letters to families, letters explaining what happened, letters explaining what might have made a difference. And the hardest ones always say the same thing in different words. If help had arrived just a little sooner, if the call had been placed just a little earlier, if the body had been supported just a little longer, those letters exist because time exists. And time exists because the heart exists, which means the actions you take in the first few minutes don't just shape survival, they shape what kind of letter your family might one day receive. Your house can either protect you or quietly work against you. Your habits can either help your heart survive or slow everything down when it matters most. The first few minutes are not about hospitals, they are about awareness. They are about preparation. They are about knowing what to do while you still can, because by the time fear fully arrives, your body may already be losing the ability to act. Prepare your home now. Learn emergency breathing now. Know where your phone and information are now. And share this, because the next person who needs it might be someone you love. What you do in the first moments could decide everything that follows.